Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to a special season one ending episode of Titansgrave Diggers. This isn't really going to be a traditional episode for us. This is really kind of more of a end of the season one notes in regards to our show, looking ahead towards season two, and talking just briefly a little bit about some resources and maybe some stuff in the off season. It's just me flying solo tonight. Eric and Shannon aren't here for this because it's just going to be really very quick as far as that goes. First off, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for watching. This show actually proved to be much more successful, I think, than we thought it was going to be. So not that we thought it was going to be something awful, but it just turned out to be really a pleasant experience all around. It's something we're very happy about. So thank you, first of all, to all our subscribers, as well as to all of those who took the time to view our episode after viewing Titansgrave. So we really appreciate that. And of course, we wouldn't be able to be here in the first place if it hadn't been for Titansgrave, Ashes of Elcano. So make sure you take that time to thank Will and crew for the good job they did on their show. I want to give you just a quick reminder about where to find us. Again, of course, if you see here on my lower third here, that's our Twitter handle. Please, if you haven't taken the time to follow us on social media, please do so. Twitter, you can definitely find us there. We hang out there more place than anywhere else. But you can also, of course, find us on Google+. And links to those are all going to be in the more info section of this video as well. Or if you look on the handy little eye, the card notation, it's in the upper right-hand corner, should be, of the video. That will give you links to our places as well. So, and if you know friends of yours, either in your gaming group or other people who watch the show who have not subscribed to us on social media, I would encourage you to get them to do so as well. And, of course, if they haven't watched Titansgrave yet, they should. So recommend the show to them. But then, please, by all means, recommend our show to them as well. Let them know it's available, and we'll constantly monitor the videos and try to respond to comments as quickly as we can. So even though the first season's done, discussion really kind of never ends. So please, by all means, if you haven't watched it yet, do so. If you have friends who haven't watched yet, have them watch it. Make comments. The discussion can continue. So we're looking forward to actually having it continue. One big thing I kind of wanted to mention is one of the things that we noticed over the course of this season was that there were a lot of people who kind of used Titansgrave, the actual show, as a gateway into discovering the hobby, tabletop role-playing game hobby. And then they followed up a little bit with our show to get a little bit of analysis about what they had just seen. And that's fascinating and just all around great. The more people we can bring into the hobby, the better. This is definitely this is a hobby that has more than enough room to grow. It's a fantastic hobby. It's an affordable hobby. It is probably one of the most socially, recreationally enjoyable activities you will ever participate in. And and that's why people do it for as many years as they have. Both Eric and I have been playing for decades. Shannon's been doing it for several years. Will himself has been doing it for decades as well. It's a hobby that just doesn't, it never gets old. It's always new. There's always something fun to do. But for the new players coming in, a lot of times you don't necessarily know, you're kind of finding your way, getting your feet wet in this. And there is the nice part about being in the internet age with everything of this, there is a lot of information out there to really kind of help you improve your game and have a good game. And so two particular places I think are worth checking out. One is, of course, the Gamers Table podcast. That's the podcast that both Eric and Shannon are on. It's a good show. It's good to listen to. They have very concise advice in regards to certain issues that show up around a gaming table, certain types of issues that occur within a game, and they keep it, around 30 minutes. And you also get the sense too, as you listen to the show, this is an actual gaming group. These are people who game together on a regular basis, and you kind of pick up the vibe of how that should be if you're a new player. The other one, a podcast I'm going to recommend to you, is a podcast that I frequent. occasionally, and that's Fear the Boot. That podcast has been around for, gosh, at least around 9 years now, I want to say. And it's really kind of become, in many ways, the granddaddy of RPG podcasts. There is an extensive library of episodes, and you don't need to listen to them. You don't need to start from episode 1, not at all. In fact, I'd recommend that you would not. But you can find, feartheboot.com. You'll see all the information there. Go there, start listening to some episodes. Very good, solid, concrete advice about games, as well as things that crop up in games. 2 excellent podcasts to check out and listen to. Okay, so off season. What are we going to be doing in the off season? Well, short answer, not much, because our show revolves around Titansgrave. So when they're on, we're on. But there's a little bit more that can be explored. Certainly, the rule system can be explored. Now that the books are out, people are starting up their own games. By the way, if you do start up your own Titansgrave game, let us know about it. Tell us about it. If you're looking for players, tell us about it. We'll be more than happy to kind of spread that word. But so there are things that can be done in regards to the campaign and the rules and stuff. So we're not going to close the door on not doing anything, but we're going to take a look and see what our options might be. So until that time, of course, keep, like I said, we'll make sure that people know about it via social media. So that is essentially about it. Like I said, I want to keep this short, just kind of update you. Again, come and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's a great place to get information on what we will be doing next. Follow us on Twitter, another very good place to really find out what's going on and just interact with us, say hello. But other than that, once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of the show. Those of you who took the time out of your days to actually join us live when we were doing things and ask the questions that you asked and just participate. That's really kind of the purpose of this all. And the fact that some of you chose to do that is great. And those of you who watched and made comments afterwards, big thumbs up. We really appreciate that. So again, thank you. And until you hear something new from us, we will indeed see you in the ashes.